Hey guys, Max here, and welcome back to Max FX Builds. And today, we will be looking at LEGO Transformers Gearbox. So, Gearbox here is a Volkswagen Type 2 pickup truck. So, that just means it's a Volkswagen T2 van that had the back chopped off and replaced with a flatbed or a pickup bed. I went for the flatbed because it worked well with the transformation, so here we are. Gearbox, he's a pretty simple build, but he's pretty large. So, yeah, let's take a look around the vehicle mode. So, side profile, it could be better. There are some gaps around, like you have this gap, this gap, this gap, and like a bunch of really small gaps around that I just can't do much about. Unfortunately, that's how it had to be. Some exposed studs as well. Not happy about it, but it had to be that way. Around the front, we have the classic Volkswagen T2 front grille. We have the two headlights, the little Volkswagen emblem. I used a windshield piece here instead of like some brick building it. So, it just worked out. Other side looks pretty much the same. And around the back, you have the grille for the engine, which was in the rear. And then you have some nice little taillights. Gearbox does roll, though with a little bit of strain because you have to have the legs like perfectly aligned in this mode, which they never are because they're on ball joints and they don't tab in anywhere. But that doesn't matter. Anyways, on to comparisons. Here he is with Impoundimus, with the Hot Wheels car, with a minifigure, and with Buster. Anyway, he does have accessories, but it's only valid in robot mode. It doesn't do anything in alt mode. It doesn't store, so we'll wait until we get into robot mode for that. But let's get on to transformation. So to transform Gearbox, I'm going to raise up the camera a little bit just so I have some room to operate. And we will get started. So first things first, we're going to come to the front cabin. We're going to separate the windshield piece from this little 1x4 jumper plate style piece. The roof will then fold up, and then this section here will go limp. Next, this section here it's got some jumper plates, and they will tab in to the wheels right here. Just like that. Leave this little section here just dangling for now. Next, we're going to come to the legs. They're going to open up just like this. And then they're going to fold down like this. And now, to finish them off, we're going to just flip up the toes, which is the grill. This hinge is very tight for some reason. I don't know why. But, there we go. Just make sure nothing's falling apart. And there we have Gearwalk mode. Funny. Anyway, next, we're going to get the arms out. So what you have to do is come to the side panels, and they swing out. Just like that. Then you're going to just kind of pull them out a little bit until the piece here clears the torso. No. Careful not to rip them out. But yeah, it should look something like that. Rotate them down just like this. Pull out the elbows. Now we'll focus on this arm. Speaking of focus. We're going to rotate the hand out just like this. Straighten all these pieces back up. And then this 1x2 here will just slide back like that. Then we could just bring his arm down like that. There's one arm, so the next arm pretty much the same. Going to bring that out. Yep, pulled that off, my bad. There we go, just put that back on. Next, rotate the hands. Straighten everything out, slide the 1x2 back. Then just drop the arm, leave it like that. Next, we're going to come back here to this little assembly that was tucked up inside the vehicle cabin. We're going to pull it all the way out, just like that. Rotate this section around. Why are you out of focus again? I don't understand. I'm only good to you, camera. Anyway, Next, move this droid arm up, and then this section here will go down. That's the head. And then just take the little calf section, it folds up, and then it just kind of it's supposed to grab over his neck as a sort of not tab, but it holds. So anyways, turning him around, here we have Gearbox in his robot mode. And he's just this little chibi cute little robot here. He's got a big old torso, cute little proportions, like big legs, little lanky arms, big old torso, small head. And I think he's just cool. I like this guy. I have him built for nostalgia. He's not one of my newer builds by any means. He's quite an older build. But just having him around is fun, so I don't plan on taking him apart anytime soon. So let's take a look around the robot. So you have the little grates end up on the feet there. You got the wheels ending up inside instead of out, so it's cleaner. But taking a look around, he does have a backpack. I don't care. It's kind of cool. I don't care about backpacks, to be honest. Around the back, you can't see the wheels here, but it's a rolling figure, so the wheels have to be somewhere. Other side's pretty much the same. Yeah, that's basically the robot. So let's move on to some poseability. So the legs, we'll start with the legs. Yeah, they're on ball joints, so they can go out and forward and back. And focus. That's not focusing. There we go. Yeah, so the legs, they're just on ball joints, so you get a pretty good range of motion with them. I just, it's all coming apart. Anyway, the arms are on universal joints, so they can go all the way around 360. Just depends on how you maneuver them, because they do have a bit of kibble on them. They also can go all the way up, all the way down. The elbows, they look the best when they're bent 90 degrees just due to the way they're built, because this is what it looks like fully extended, and I just think it's kind of awkward. Unless, like, even if you rotate it around like this, you lose all elbow poseability, which I don't like. But the elbows do go down, I guess, like that, and they do go up like that, just due to transformation. Around the head can look up, can look down if you maneuver the neck joints around. And it can like tilt because it's on a stud. And then the eyes do that thing where they can turn because I used 2 tiles for them. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it for poseability. So let's do some comparisons. So here he is next to Spanner, who I just kind of had in robot mode, so I brought him down because he's cool. So yeah, there's Spanner. Here he is with Impoundimus again, still in his alt mode. So you can see how much bigger he's gotten. Here he is with Buster. With the Hot Wheels car. And with a minifigure. Useless. Anyways, now it's time to go on to accessories. So, he has a gun. It's very simple. It looks weird when he's not holding it, but when he's holding it, it makes a lot more sense. So, if we just peg this into his hand, I'm going to have to refocus the camera again, won't I? Of course. But he holds the gun like this, so that gap's needed for it to clear his arm. But he's got this huge gun. I see it as like an old archaic Cybertronian machine gun because he's a bit older in my lore. So he also has a second accessory, which I kind of did what Hasbro does when they have a big backpack. You can take it and pop it off, and it sticks onto his arm as a shield. If I can have it work with me. Fold that in. And yeah, there you go. He's got a shield now. A gun. So he's ready to go and kicks on Decepticon tailpipe. So, just gonna... It's a little goofy, but he can do it if you want him to. So, I'm gonna just put it back on. Either way, guys, that's pretty much it for Gearbox. Very simple build. I'm glad I kept him around, though. He's just nostalgia central for me because he was an early build. This is an updated version of him, but still, it's based off of the same core that the original was, just with like some better joints, so he was more posable. But either way, guys, that's pretty much it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. It means a whole lot to me, and I'll see you next time. See you guys. Bye-bye.